Sanibonani Makhaya. Good morning. My name is Nontokozo Gwala, and today I want to talk about the Sengikhathele episode of the 12th July 2023. This was one of many painful episodes that are aired in that channel. This episode was about Rebecca, a 20-year-old beautiful woman and the mother of lovely three children who was, I would say, in a relationship with a guy. She experienced a lot of abuse in this relationship to a point that she lost her twins, one after delivery because the baby came out deformed, and the second one a few days after being discharged due to the beating that she received. Things that she highlighted are that this violence at home has caused her to lose her self-confidence, and she has been diagnosed with womb cancer. And this experience has caused her to be toxic as well, because sometimes she will beat the boyfriend and also become aggressive towards him. She talks about the fact that she has lost her peace. She doesn't think she has value in the society anymore, and whenever there is violence at home, she's afraid to go to the hospital because she's not ready to open a case against him and the protection order. She says that the guy blames her for losing her twins, and she has been threatened many times that if she walks out of this relationship, she will not be financially supported. In fact, she used the word uzolamba, you know. And this violence always take place in front of her children, and that was one of the concerns by the host, whether do they understand that these kids will be traumatized and grow up to do the very same thing that they've seen at home. So the guy is Linda, and he's 29 years old. So there were many advices that were provided by the host, and in actual fact, I love the last part when she said counseling will be provided for them, because she sees that this is very toxic, and over and above, she doesn't think Linda is remorseful at all. Linda being not remorseful, he is very much concerned about his Tunzisake, his dignity in front of his friends and the in-laws. So the good thing about this episode that there is therapy that will also help them to heal their wounds. So this episode triggered me to read a lot about GBV, and I came across the publication by KPMG to say the gender-based violence is not an emotional and a physical violence only, but it has cost towards the economic growth of South Africa. The title of this report, if you want to Google it, it says, "Too costly to ignore the economic impact of gender-based violence in South Africa." I never looked at it like that it has an impact in the economy. So the summary is that it has an impact for the fact that that person who's supposed to be at work due to injuries sustained, they don't show up at work, and the productivity itself is not coming all right, because most of the employees, if they are female in that firm and they're experiencing such abuse, they will not show up at work for days, as per the notice by the doctor. There is another author that they've referenced as the source of their study. The title says Economic Cost of Domestic Violence, a Community Study in South Africa. The study group consisted of 261 women who sought help from the Community Health Center in Chatsworth. The purpose of the study was to estimate economic cost of domestic violence against women at this healthcare center, to relate victims' income and family income to violence related injuries and cost. The key findings here are three. The first one is that victims' average income was around 3,400 and the average cost per incident was 4,875. So the treatment itself is more than their average income. Average cost per incident for visiting physician was 186. Average cost for medicine is 108. Average transport cost was 45 rand. Higher levels of education act as a protection factor against domestic violence for women. We don't want to talk about stats that have been released in terms of whether the domestic violence is growing or declining in South Africa. That's another factor. And the underreporting of this case is also prevalent in South Africa because, as Rebecca has said, that she's not ready to open a case against Linda. She'll rather treat herself at home. So there's also underreporting even those states that are out there. So for more information on this report, you can get it online from KPMG. So yeah, man, thank you very much for listening to my voiceover. And please subscribe so that we can grow our community. Like, comment down below, and share your thinking whether you had at some point that thinking that this GBV actually affect our economy and actually affect the income of the victims as well, and so forth. Thank you very much.